So welcome back everyone, Triple M here. Today we're taking a look at the Baseus Security S1 Pro. This is the outdoor dual camera kit, and this is the world's first sun-powered tracking system camera. So one of the key features, of course, is the solar panel for charging. So once you set this up, you will not need to ever charge this camera again. The camera has these cool features where the solar panel actually tilts in the direction of the sun, and this is set to maximize your charging. In addition, this also has a super simple setup, expandable drive, and also night vision. But the best part about this is that there's no monthly fees once you get this set up. So this video, we're going to quickly unbox it, get it set up, jump into the features, get into the application, and big shout out to Baseus for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So before we see what's in the box, let's take a look at some of the key features. So this is going to have a dual camera setup. Both cameras are going to be 3K resolution with clarity up to 80 feet and an 8x zoom feature. In addition, this has expandable storage. It does come with 16 gigs built in. However, you can put a 2.5-inch hard drive just to expand your storage, and with this you can expand it up to 16 terabytes. If privacy is your concern, this has a TUV Rhineland EN 303645 and CCPA certified with AES plus RSA encryption. In addition, this has super low light performance, advanced night features, and motion trigger alerts with two-way audio. Now, of course, this is an outdoor camera, so this is IP67, dust and water resistance, and the operable temperature for this is -20 degrees to 50 degrees Celsius. Best part about this is that this is hassle-free, easy to set up, guys. All wireless. There's no need to run power, run network cable. Once you get it set up, place it where you want, make sure it's fully charged, and then the sun and solar panels will do the rest. Let's go ahead and see what's in the box. So nice presentation, looks really good. As you can see, we have the hub right there. We also have the two cameras. We're going to get all three out of the box, and we'll kind of go over those in a little bit. Also in the box, we are going to have our actual mounting brackets. So these are pretty straightforward, guys. Loosen it right here. So this part comes out. With this one, you mount two holes into your surface. So if you're putting it on the wall, two holes right there. This will come up underneath, screws on. And while it tightens, then this will also tighten up. We also get a user manual. And we do have the actual plug. This will be for the base station. The output on this is 12 volt, 2 amps. We have a Ethernet cable for the hub. We also have some mounting hardware. So you can see we have the screws, we have the wall anchors, we have some screws. So if you wanted to put hard drive in your expand the hard drive, you can go ahead and do so. And last but not least, we have a USB-A to USB-C, and this will be for charging the cameras. So for the cameras, pretty straightforward. We are going to mount them with the solar panel facing up. We do have the mounting hole in the back. And then underneath, we do have the charging port and a reset button right there. So as far as the front of the cameras, we do have a couple things worth pointing out. So we do have a microphone right here. Remember, this does have two-way audio, which means that you can speak into it and hear responses. We do have the microphone for that, and on the bottom we do have the speakerphone for that to work properly. As far as the camera lenses, up top we're going to have a telephoto lens. Bottom right we have that wide angle lens, and right here is going to be the motion detection sensor, and we do have a spotlight in the top right that actually comes on, and this is all programmable. We'll get into the settings once we get into the application. Now these cameras also come with a 13,400 milliamp hour battery that once it's charged initially, it will be self-sufficient from the solar panel. And like I said in the intro, the solar panel actually moves with the sun, and it's hard to show that while it's actually in use because it does take a long time to move from point A to B. But once you plug it into power, you can kind of see how much this moves. And I can't wait to test it out just to see how efficient the solar panel is. But so far, I'm impressed with the design. Love the fact that the solar panel seeks the sun. And I think this will be helpful just keeping it charged over time. Now this is going to be the home station, guys. As you can see, we do have a LED in the front, Baseus logo on the side. On the back we have a sync/alarm button, so you can use this to silence it. We also have a reset pin, USB port, Ethernet, and we do have the power plug-in. To expand this is pretty straightforward. You take the top off and you'll see that you have a screw right here. When you remove that screw, right, screw comes out. This part comes out. So even though this comes with 16 gigs of internal storage and it can go up to 16 terabytes of storage, I wanted to add just some additional storage just to make sure my recording capabilities are extended. Right here I have a 256 gig hard drive. It is a 2.5 inch SSD. And again, this part was pretty straightforward. All you have to do is line up the tabs. Then once you secure the hard drive in the plastic holder, you have 4 screws that you use to secure the hard drive. That way it doesn't come loose during installation or removal. Once you secure that screw in, you slide it back into the tray, and then you use the 1 screw to secure the tray back into the storage unit. Now, once this is done, guys, we do have one more step we have to do in the application. So I'll show you that once we get over to the setup. So now that we got everything unboxed, let's go ahead and get this set up through the smart application. Now, the first thing you'll need to do is make sure that your Baseus station is plugged into your Ethernet and power. So you will need to plug it into your router or your switch. Make sure it has network connectivity, and then install the power adapter. Now, to add your cameras, you will need to download the Baseus smart application, which you can find in your app store on your mobile device. Now, once the app is installed, open the application. You will need to create an account, email address, pretty straightforward. Go through, get your account created, and now you're ready to start adding your devices. Now, first you'll need to add your Baseus station. Again, straightforward. Hit the add button up top. You will go ahead and link it to the application and follow the on-screen instructions. Now, for the camera, it's going to be a similar process. However, the camera is going to be connected via your Wi-Fi. Hit the plus up top, select your camera models. For Baseus, they do have a couple different models. Select the correct model, then again follow the instructions, and it should be up and running in no time. As far as the cameras itself, the mounting is in the back. So as I explained earlier, guys, we do have the mounting bracket right here. So all you need to do is screw this part in. All right. And this will be mounted against the wall. Very important is that you want to make sure that the solar part is facing up when you mount it. Should be pretty self-explanatory, but definitely wanted to point that out. Solar part need to be facing up, and then you do have a lot of flexibility how you want to mount this. So you can mount it from the bottom, you can mount it from the top, whatever your preference is. There should be a scenario where this will look really good in your space. So for me, I ended up putting one of these in the backyard on the back patio, mounted on my actual pool screen. So this one is probably about 14-15 feet high, so it should give me a nice overview of the pool as well as the back door and the backyard. The next one I brought to the front of the house, and this is to capture the driveway and just the road itself. So if something happens in front of the house or someone visiting, it will give me a nice close-up shot of them. Both of them, as you can see, is an open area, so I should be able to get a lot of charging during the daytime when the sun is out. When I installed these cameras, the solar panels were facing upward, and you can see, especially in the one in the backyard, it is now tilted to the left, and that indicates that it's actually tracking the sun, which is going to double your charging efficiency compared to fixed solar panel cameras. Now, before I do anything, remember that I did add the SSD to this. So what I want to do is make sure that SSD is there and make sure it's formatted properly. On the main page, it is going to show storage. So click on that. And you can see it has the system storage, which I have been recording on this for a while, but also has an SSD, and you can go ahead and format it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit format. All right, it's going to tell you that everything will be erased. You can see we all formatted successfully, and it shows you that I now have 234 gigs right there available, as well as my onboard storage. So pretty cool. So quick run through over the application, and this is essentially where all of the magic happens. So you can see it gives it a home station up top. Below shows the 2 cameras. Now if you look at each camera, and it shows the signal strength, it also shows the battery percentage along with the solar panel icon going left and right, which means it's charging. And just interestingly enough, just looking outside, guys, the sun's not even out, so it's good to see that it's actually charging when it doesn't have a lot of sunlight. Even on the front camera, I noticed that that went up a percentage or two just today alone. So again, we'll keep monitoring it. Tomorrow hopefully it'll be a sunny day, but as for now, you can see that it is overcast, but I'm still getting some juice from the sun. So both cameras you can go ahead and do a live display with. So click on it, it will take a second, it will go ahead and load, and now you can see that it loads the rear camera. So cool thing about this is this has two cameras, like I mentioned. One's going to be more zoomed in, and the other one's going to be a wider angle. So you can see the wider angle. I can see on the side of the house all the way to the other side of the house. On the zoomed in, this is meant to get those close-up pictures. So if someone was walking maybe through my door or on the back patio right there, I should be able to tell who that is. So we do have a couple options here. We do have a talk back. So if you click on it, hey, how are you doing? And we'll go ahead and relay that. We also have a record button, so all you have to do is click there. It will start recording the video. And same thing for the photo. You just go ahead and click the photo, and it will go ahead and save it to the album. So you can mute the microphone, as you can see there. And I do have another option right here. If I click on that, it gives me a full view. So this is actually really cool, guys, because by default, you can see it shows both cameras. Within this, you can record, like I said, but you also can swap the cameras. So now you can see that the zoomed in is in the picture-in-picture mode, and the wider angle is in the larger mode. Again, with each one of these, I can swap cameras. So you can see I can go to that camera, I can go to that camera, or I can go back to the picture-in-picture. Now below that, you do have this flashlight, which is going to turn on the spotlight. You do have the alerts set in. So if I click on that, you can see the notifications is on, and you do have a night vision mode as well. And within night vision mode, you have a couple options. You can do a night vision with the IR. You can do a spotlight, so the light that's built into the camera, you can do a night vision with that, or you can turn it off altogether. So those are going to be the options within each camera. And again, it's going to be the same for both. Now in the top right, this is going to be my events. And with this, it can identify a person or it can identify a vehicle. So whatever you have, you set it on. You see you have a lot of options there. So this one right here, let's see if we can play that back. You can see someone's leaving. And again, you have the option to share. You can download. You can view other events there. So you have all the events here. You can also sort it, narrow it down by human, or you can do it by vehicle. And let's go ahead and jump into some of the camera settings. So again, this is going to be individual settings for each camera. So you can see I have the front yard. It shows that it is receiving some juice from the sun, 96% currently. You have the solar panel management. So if you click on that, it's going to solar power tracking. You can turn that on and off. Motion detection. This is where you'll fine tune what you want to see. So with this, you can set the sensitivity, select your active zone. So in the front yard, for instance, I selected this zone. So the two boxes. So essentially, I don't want to see what's happening on the sidewalk, or I don't want to see what's happening in the neighbor's yard. I just want to see what's happening on my driveway. So those notifications are not going to get too annoying. So below that, you have your detection type. We have our video settings as well. So click on the video settings. You can do watermark, night vision, privacy zone. So privacy zone is if you have an area that you don't want the camera to record. So let's try that out. So let's say I don't want to see what's happening on the balcony. I'm going to hit add, hit plus, then I can go ahead and move this up. I can stretch this all the way out, and that way nothing on the balcony will be recorded. So completely up to you, and I love the fact that this is included in this just for an added layer of privacy. All right, we also have the audio settings where we can adjust the speaker volume on the camera itself. We can also adjust the alarm volume if you have that on. Notifications, another one, so we can do efficient. So this is just going to get notification throughout the day via text, but you can also include thumbnails if you wanted to, video previews. Right now it's on the most efficient, the mode that's not going to use too much of your battery. We do have our general settings. So LEDs, I went ahead and turned it off. You can also test your Wi-Fi, user guide, and about the device. So that pretty much covers it. Below you can go to events. This is going to sort both cameras, so back and front yard, if you wanted to view them together. You also have security. So for this, you can go ahead and set up your security statuses. So at home, what's going to happen when you're at home. So let's say at home, you don't want to receive the notifications. That's something that you can set up. You can also set it for away. So maybe you just want to be notified when you're away what's happening. So if you get a notification, you only want that to happen when you're away. So a lot of people use that just to avoid getting too many notifications throughout the day. And of course, below that, you can add your schedule as well. So overall, this is a great product. Pros and cons. Of course, the pros are that this is sun powered, so you don't have to charge it up after your initial charge. Put it in a good spot and you'll be good to go. Fact that I can add my own storage is also an added bonus. That way I don't have to pay for storage or worry about running out of storage. Everything else is pretty straightforward. The app to set up, really easy to do. My only con is that the two-way audio is kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it doesn't go through, sometimes it's gobbled, sometimes you just can't understand what the person's saying. So that's something I'll be reaching out to Baseus about to kind of see if there's a fix or this is a known issue. But besides that, I would recommend this. I'll leave a link in the description along with some coupon codes if you want to go ahead and check it out. Of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.